Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kerry if you don't know me, and I have already done a first impressions on the Cosmic Brushes Muse palette, so feel free to check that out. I will have it linked in the description box down below. That's going to have all the swatches and my first impressions of the palette, but today we are going to be diving into a few more looks because I need to test out some more of these shades. So if you've been sleeping under a rock and you don't know what the Muse looks like, this is the outer packaging. It is super beautiful. It is a UK based indie brand, and I only discovered Cosmic Brushes last year, but their Serenity palette was my absolute favourite of the year. Look at this delicious colour story. We're going to be diving into it to do a few more looks. I'm super excited. So let me prime my eyes. I'm just using my Natasha Denona eyeshadow base. A lot of the products that I'm using should be linked in the description box down below. Now this palette does retail for £20. Is it £20 or is it 18? That will also be somewhere. Which is super affordable for the amount of shadows you're getting and the quality that you are getting. I am also going to be using the brush set that I ordered with this palette from Cosmic Brushes. They're a little bit stained now because they have been used in my first impressions, but this is the brush set and this retails for £20. I really enjoyed these brushes, so I'm excited to use them again. Okay, people that know me know that I love green and purple, so that is kind of the look that I did on my first impressions, so I don't really know which shades I want to be using today. I do really like the look of Muse, which is sort of a pinky, it's got a different reflect in it and I can't tell what it is right now. It might be a bit of gold, so I might incorporate this today. Maybe Petal, maybe we'll stay on the pinky purpley side with a bit of brown. So I think I'm going to start out with the shade Rosewood, which is this nice deep rich brown up here. Just taking that on the CB1 brush from Cosmic Brushes, and I kind of just want to pop that in the outer corner to begin with. I'm not sure if this is going to be a big crazy blown out look, who knows. I always start out thinking it's not going to be like that, and by the end it is reaching my hairline. I do find Cosmic Brushes shadows to be pigmented and blendable and buildable, and I just love the formula so much, especially of the mattes. They are so good. Now this palette is currently sold out, as is Serenity a lot of the time, which I do have videos on Serenity on my channel as well if you wanted to see that one in action, but they do keep restocking, so keep your eyes peeled. Sign up for email alerts or go on Cosmic Brushes Instagram to keep up to date if that is the one that you want to grab, or more than that. Oh, this shade is so delicious and pigmented. Yes, I know it's a brown and I'm saying it's delicious. Am I okay? Maybe not. It is a Monday morning. It is still too early to be putting eyeshadow on, so I am half asleep. Then I think I want to go around the edges of that brown with the brown next to it called Haze. And just tickle this lightly around the edges. Now this is a bit more of a cooler tone, and the first brown was quite warm, so we'll see. But I mean, the browns are usually the easiest to blend. Okay, then I think I want to go into a little bit of Sweet Pea and then finally leading into Petal. So going into Sweet Pea next, I'm just going to pop that next to the brown and have it leading into that shade. Have a bit of a two-tone crease going on here. That one isn't as pigmented straight out the gate. It is a more muted shade, so I have packed it on. And I'm just tickling over the edges lightly, and then we'll go into that nice Petal, beautiful pink dusty shade toward the inner corner. Now for Petal, that is a very nice muted pink tone. And for the lower lash line, I am just going to work with the same shades that I had above, and this brush, the CB6, is perfect for the lower lash line. I love it so much, and I actually am thinking about buying another set of these brushes, and then I'll have two of these, although you can buy them individually. I might just buy a few of these ones actually, because I really do enjoy this brush. Okay, so for the shimmers, I'm thinking I'm going to start with Luster toward the inner corner, which is a white pink iridescent-y shade. Then I'm going to go into Muse for the majority of the lid, and then toward the inner corner, I'm thinking maybe antique because it looks like a purple to a brown kind of duochrome shift. So I'm starting out with luster in the inner corner. I'm just going to pop that. Oh wow. Okay, that is intense. I may have gone in with a bit much and I did spray it. Yeah, that would be beautiful for a halo eye because it's kind of a toppery iridescent-y shade. Oh, that is stunning. Now I've got MUSE on my brush and it did pick up beautifully on my referral brush. I have sprayed it and I'm just going to pop that over the majority of the lid before we go into that deeper shimmer toward the outer corner. Because I did quite a vibrant, dramatic green and purple look for my first one, I wanted to do something a little bit more muted, but still a little bit dramatic. And a little bit more wearable. I hate saying that because I would wear all the makeup I do out of the house, and to me it is normal. But this shade is beautiful. Then flipping my brush over and I'm going to go into, what did I say, antique. Okay, I've sprayed this one too just because it did look a little bit crumbly when I was trying to pick it up, and just finishing off the outer corner with that antique shade. And of course I will go in with the deep matte on the very edge just to make sure the shimmer meets the matte nicely and it doesn't look like this. So there's a harsh line where they meet. Okay guys, I think this is more or less the look. Let me jump off and do the finishing touches. So there we have it, look number one. I think this is a really nice, pretty spring wearable look for a lot of people, and I think it's really nice. I did go in with a little half lash just to add a little bit of extra oomph, and it's these ones. I will have them linked in the description box. I just got them off Amazon, and in my waterline I did want to brighten things up a touch because it has to be dramatic. So I did go in with my Revolution Pro Influencer Overnight Pencil. It's the pink one, and for lips I went in with my Colourpop Lippy Sticks in the shade Happy Thoughts. See, I don't have to do crazy all of the time, okay? Not all of the time. Does it really go with the fact that I'm wearing a Star Wars t-shirt? No, not really, but am I that bothered? Anyway, my aim in these types of videos is to test as many shades as possible and to show you the versatility and quality of a palette. And for the people that don't want to pick this up, that aren't interested, that can dupe it in their own collection, that is absolutely fine as well. You definitely don't need these shades to create a look like this. It's nothing revolutionary. What I've done today is just brown and pink, and I do like the combination. I'm excited to dive into more of the shades. You know there's going to be a full-on green look coming, don't you? So say goodbye to look number one and let's dive in to look number two. So guys, for the second look, I'm thinking I want to go in to some greens because the greens in this palette are delicious. So I think the green I'm going to start out with is Filigree, which is this one up here. Somebody has decided to do work outside, so I'm sorry if you can hear that in the background at any point. I'm thinking I want to pop this Filigree shade on the inner and outer corner. Just building it up in the outer corner first. I just want some green in my life today. I'm super tired, feeling rubbish, so I'm going to use my favourite eyeshadow colour to cheer me up a bit. And again, just popping that near the inner corner. Is this going to be a kind of halo eye? Maybe. I'm not the best at halo eyes, but this is what we're starting with today. That shade is so pigmented and delicious and such a nice foresty deep green. And I am just wrapping that shade onto the lower lash line, and I'm not going to leave a gap like I have on the top. I just don't find that flattering on me halo eye wise. But this is how we're looking with just this one shade, and it is so pretty. Then I want to go into the shade Water Lily because look how gorgeous this tone is. And I am just going to tickle that around the edges of the previous green shade. I could have gone in with one of the more muted greens, but it's me. It's me. I'm going to wrap that shade onto the lower lash line as well, and I will go back in with the deep green just to make sure the blend is exactly how I want it to be. But these two greens together are giving me life. Then the shimmers I think I'm going to use is going to be Patina, which is this deep green here. And then I don't know for the middle, I'm thinking either Inspire or maybe even a pink or a purple. We'll see when we get to that point, but I think I'm going to start out with Patina. So I'm just going to pop that on either side of this little gap that I have left, and I haven't sprayed this. It's just going on nicely with my referral brush. Such a beautiful shimmery green. So deep, but still so reflective, which is quite rare with a deeper shimmer shade. And of course I will go over the very edges of the shimmer with the mattes just to make sure it's blended, but that has gone down beautifully. Then I'm going to go into MUSE, which is the pink shimmer here. I don't know. I don't know what's drawing me to that one, but I'm going to flip my brush over and go into MUSE, which is a little bit more putty-like than the previous shimmer. And I'm just going to pop that down the very centre. And then I will work on sort of a blend between them, because obviously we don't want a straight line just down the middle of the eye. That's not aesthetically pleasing. So I will work on a blend between the shimmers, but I just felt like it'd add a little bit of something different, a little bit of contrast. Do excuse me, I just had to run downstairs to answer the door to a delivery driver. Then I think over the very, very centre of this halo, I'm going to go in with Luster, which is the white / pink iridescent shimmer here. Just to dab this in the very centre, just to add something a little bit different, a little bit of extra sparkle. Can we tell the difference? I can in person, I'm not sure if you'll be able to on camera. Then back in with filigree on that outside edge of the shimmers, just to make sure it's as blended as can be. And then for the inner corner, I don't always do an inner corner with halo eye, but I'm going to go in with the shade Inspire and hope that it's light enough. Yeah, it's a little on the deep side for an inner corner, so I might go over it a touch with one of my lighter green highlighters, but this is more or less going to be the look, guys. Let me jump off, finish it up, and then we can see what the finished thing looks like. Okay guys, finished look number 2, and I really like this one because it is full of greens and my eyes are sticking together with this eyelash glue. The lashes I went in with this time were the Beauty Bay lashes. I did get a trio from my friend, and I think these are the style Dance. They should all be linked down below. I did also go over the blush that I was wearing because I felt like it was a bit too pinky for what I wanted. So I did go over it with my NYX Sweet Cheeks matte blush in Silence is Golden watercolour. I mean, it's not going to be for everybody, but I love a yellow blush, so I did just tap a little bit of that over just to give it more of a warm yellow sort of glow. I really like how this came together. I did go in my waterline with my Barry M High Vis eyeliner in, is it Strobe Light? Is that the name? It's the green one. That also should be linked down below. But overall, I really like how this came together, and it's got a bit dramatic. We went for the big lashes, we've gone full on green. We do have a nude lip though. I mean, I feel very Forest Garden with this sort of eye look on, with the pink in the middle and sort of the green around. It feels cute. I'm quite happy to be wearing this one today. Hopefully this one gave you some inspiration if you've got the palette or if you're trying to dupe the shades. Let's jump in to look number 3. So guys, we're into the final look with this gorgeous palette, and I think the shades that I haven't really played with are Softly Pine and Willow, this sort of corner down here. I'm not sure what shimmers we're going to go in with, but I think that's the plan for the mattes today. So I think I'm going to start out with Pine first. This video has taken me quite a while to film because it's a multiple look video and obviously life gets in the way. So in the meantime, this palette did come back into stock. I don't know, I've still got this in my ear. This palette did actually come back into stock and it sold out again, which, come on, we knew was going to happen. So if you still haven't got your hands on it and you really want to get it, make sure you are paying attention to Cosmic Brush's Instagram. I'm going to wrap it as well a little bit onto the lower lash line. Maybe we'll wing this bit out a little bit today. These shadows just perform so effortlessly and beautifully. I am obsessed, especially with the mattes. Look at that beautiful shade. Then I think I want to go into the shade Softly, which was sort of the pastel greeny tone here. And I am just going to pack that from the inner corner leading to that shade that we have down. Now this is a very pastel-y tone, so I am going to be packing rather than blending and doing big swipey motions. And we'll just wrap that maybe even around the inner corner and a little bit onto the lower lash line. I might even just tickle that shade over the edges of this deeper green that we began with, just to work on a little blend out here. But these tones together, it's so cool, mint. I'm loving these two shades. They are meant for each other. And back into that deeper green just to make sure that it's blending nicely into that mint. But look at these tones together. I'm already really enjoying how this is coming together. So pretty. Cosmic Brushes just smash it every time, not just with formula, but just the whole aesthetic of the palette, the colour story. Then I think on the lower lash line I'm going to use the other shade I was talking about, which is called Willow, and it's this one down here. Just wanted to incorporate this one as well, and it just adds a little bit of something extra. Obviously I didn't need to add this one, I could have just kept with those two matte shades if I wanted to keep it nice and simple, but it's me. And even when I'm trying to do a simple look, it doesn't always turn out that way. Now of course, the blending is not always going to be perfect, especially on the outer edges, because I have so many lines, folds and creases out there, but that is to be expected. We are living humans. We are not plastic dolls. I think I might push the boat out and do a cut crease. Okay, I think I'm going to start out with the shade Antique, which is this one down here. It's kind of a duochrome shade. It's sort of a pinky, purpley, plummy. You'll see, you'll see. Okay, I have sprayed this and I'm just going to pop that on the middle of the lid. Oh, this shade is stunning, and it's still sticking to that bottom left hand corner of the palette with the shade. Just wrapping it onto the inner corner as well, and a little bit onto the lower lash line. That shade is absolutely beautiful. It just transforms when you take it out of the pan and apply it to the eye. It's just got so many different shifts and it looks so good. Then I'm going to flip my brush over and I'm going to go into Patina, which is this one here, the deeper green, just to merge that beautiful shimmer into the very outer corner mattes. Now, which side did I use of the brush? So this one is just going to be bridging the gap between the matte and the shimmer, and it's more of a similar tone to the matte, so it'll just bridge the gap super nicely and make sure we have a blend out there that looks a little bit more seamless and less choppy. Back into Pine, which was the deep matte we started with, just to go over that very edge. And I don't know whether to go into a little bit of Fig just to deepen up the outer corner even more. What do we think? A little bit of Fig in the outer corner, which is the deepest matte that is in here. I feel like maybe we should just go into a tiny little bit just to pop on the very outer corner, create a tiny bit more depth going on. Just adds a little bit more dimension to the look. That's definitely deepened things up, and I'm going to go back into the deep green and make sure everything looks blended. But I think this is more or less going to be the eyeshadow, so let me finish up this final look and we'll come back and try and pick a favourite. As you can see, I went a little bit crazy with some flowers and leaves. I will try and find the exact collection of the flowers and leaves that I bought on Amazon. I'm not sure if I'll be able to because it was quite a while ago now, but I just thought, after lining the cut crease with, what is this? This is the Bose Beauty, and I don't know what colour it's just the pink liner. It doesn't actually give me a name on this, it just says Bose Beauty. I just wanted a nice light pink to line the cut crease with to bring it all together, and then in my drawer I did notice the little flowers and plants and I was like, ooh, let me stick those to my eyes. So this is kind of what's happened. Now the lip is a combination of the MUA lip liner in Heartfelt and the Doll Beauty lipstick in Get Lippy. And in my waterline I went in with my Colourpop cream gel liner in Zulu. I'm not sure if you can buy this one individually anymore, but I do believe it comes in the set of them. I'll try and link it down below wherever you can get hold of it. But I really like how this has come together. It feels kind of soft, spring, cool. I like it. It's giving me mint, springy, flowery. I need to stop trying to use adjectives right now. So guys, please do let me know what you think to this look and the previous looks down below, and please let me know your favourite look. I liked all of them, but I feel like maybe this one's my favourite just because I added random plants and flowers. Now I will definitely be doing another look with this palette combined with the Serenity palette, so please do subscribe if you haven't already, and that should be coming in the not too distant future. I did want to do more looks than this with this palette, but life has been a bit crazy and I've been filming things that are also upcoming, not just with this palette. So I've done a few looks with this alone, but I will definitely get its sister out because Serenity was my favourite palette of last year, and I'll combine both of them just in case you want some inspiration, in case you own both the palettes, or in case you're duping both the palettes because you don't want to pick either of them up. But do let me know what you think. Like I say, I will have everything linked down below, my Patreon group, my YouTube membership, my socials, all of that jazz, and hopefully guys, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!